Finally, you guys, finally. This nightmare is over. The nightmare is over, thank God. Wow, I think the best way to describe this season, it's been humbling. I mean, we're seeing the clubs that got relegated today. Southampton, Leicester City, Leeds United. And I feel like this season in particular, the clubs that have had a lack of strategy, they haven't been developing plans over seasons, they suffered this season. And the clubs who took advantage of their projects, that have been working on positive things for a while consecutively, got their rewards this season. And I kind of feel like now that Pochettino is set to become our new manager, the contract's been announced and there is going to be a news video straight after this review. So make sure you guys don't miss a beat on Blue Lions TV today. We get ready to prepare for next season, because next season is going to be a challenge. Clubs will be better. Clubs will invest more money. More clubs can compete for Champions League spots. And I kind of feel like we go back to square one next season, because we've had no identity, we've had no ways of playing, we've had no consistent lineups, and we need to develop these foundational aspects under Pochettino for next season. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. And mostly in particular, I want this guy to bring back some killer threat and killer instincts. You know, I'll talk about this Newcastle game later, but I think to continue on, this was a game where we say our farewells and our goodbyes. We say goodbye to Frank Lampard, who only came back as our interim manager because at the time, no one was going to take the job yet. So he came back probably knowing that he was going to get negatively impacted, because after seeing all the reports coming out about dressing room dynamics, lack of demotivation, all these negative things, realistically, he can't come in and change this type of culture that's been built up over the season overnight. So respect to Frank Lampard. We say goodbye to him, and we say goodbye to a few senior players in the squad as well too. Azpilicueta finally played his last game. Of course, this guy has been incredible when he was in his prime. I mean, you couldn't lose him. His man-marking skills, his ability to pin defenders, he could go toe-to-toe against the best wingers in the world. But as we've seen over the past few years, his body has been on that decline. And I think today, especially that first half, St. Maximin had a lot of fun down that side. And Aspi really exposed our defence by forcing guys like Trevor Jalabert to have to constantly support him all the time, creating all these gaps in our defence. So it wasn't ideal, but respect him for everything he's done over the many long years at this football club. And of course, that carries over to guys like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Of course, once he was subbed off, he got his ovation from the crowds, rightfully so. And I guess now he gets ready for his much anticipated move now to AC Milan. But, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. Personally, you guys know my thoughts. I would have kept him here for next season in terms of him being that senior figure that's been at this club one of the longest times compared to anyone. He would allow the new guys who are getting accustomed to life in London, life at a new club, to kind of like ease into figuring things out, right? But at the same time, he's getting fantastic opportunities abroad. You can't miss out on them, especially when the club have made use of plus requirements. And now that we have some top youth talent that can take over that mantle left behind. So we say goodbye to him and probably a few more. Looking at Pulisic, maybe Joao Felix. We don't know at this point in time. So many are about to leave, but I do think that right now, for us to really embark on this new challenging periods at this football club, we have to really exercise all the old now. The old needs to go. Every time managers have tried to build something new here, the past is always clinging on to the squad. And that does undermine how effective your new ideas and strategies and training can be when you're constantly carrying certain profiles that don't really necessarily suit your overall vision, right? So until we can do this for Pochettino, I don't think we have any right to discuss title hopes for next season. I'm going to take things step by step. Let's see how the next season progresses. And let's see how this summer, pre-season, if we're clear in pre-season, we're going to be clear next season. That's normally the correlation, right? But regardless, there are some reflections about this final game and appearance. Obviously, Mason Mount too. Hopefully, Pochettino can come in and get this guy to stay. But let's discuss some of the qualities from this game today. And as always, one of the only positives about our running as the seasons come to an end is seeing the younger guys getting more prominence, getting more game time, being able to really show what they're about. And I think it was the two guys in particular, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, that absolutely shone today, and that was Lewis Hall, and that was Noni Madueke. I mean, wow. Lewis Hall, 18 years old. I keep saying about this kid, yeah. Give him 1,000 minutes plus next season. Allow him to iron out the mistakes in his game as his body is still fully developing, right? Because he's only 18. Like, you can tell because his neck is very skinny. As he develops, he's going to get a lot thicker. And with this guy's ability to play down the entire of the left-hand side in midfield, even as a wide centre-back, like I see him as like our David Alaba in that sense. And I feel like this guy could bring some longevity to the squad. Like these deliveries I'm seeing from Lewis Hall, it's absolutely criminal that he hasn't clocked one assist over these past few games because he's regularly putting some stupidly ridiculous crosses inside the box. And if this was a serious team that knew how to score and had those players to take advantage, Lewis Hall is getting seen in an even higher light due to all the stats and figures he's picking up affecting the game. Yeah, no faults with this guy. I'm hoping that Pochettino was watching these guys and really having a plan for them, because I'm sorry, when I'm seeing guys like Cucurella and co not even doing half the things Lewis Hall's doing, how are we justifying paying these fees for like good but mid-tier players when we have these prospects that we're building for free? It makes no sense. And obviously Noni down that right hand side, it was actually quite fun watching St. Maximin and him just having fun with their fullbacks throughout the game. I mean, I felt sorry for Dan Burn. That was a mismatch and a half. And of course, Aspilicueta absolutely getting roasted by St. Maximin. But Noni, you know, yeah, came back today. I think he completed the most dribbles in the game. Obviously, I wish he kind of stayed on this entire game just to try and register another goal. I think this performance today definitely deserved it. I mean, the mayhem he was causing down that right-hand side, the skill, that willingness to take on his man. And when I see his game, yeah, I can see the vision that the scouts and the transfer team saw in Noni. Like, this guy is built. Like, he can hold off defenders. He's strong. And he's kind of like that Leao type of winger where, yeah, he's got the tech, got the footwork. He can beat you in a race. But at the same time, he can hold the ball. He can play people in. He's got that bit to his game. Obviously, it can be refined. He's still young. Am I expecting Noni next season to get like 15 goals straight? Absolutely not. He has to work towards that. But in terms of that impact he can bring to games, I'm really hoping that he gets that development path right now, because there's a real talent in this kid. By the time he's 23, 24, who knows what type of level he could be at. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from this boy, you know, like the dribbling, taking his man on. Very unlucky not to even register a goal and assist. Some of that like youthful inexperience at times, like overhitting shots that should be on target when he's cutting inside. But I've not seen someone as effective cutting inside like this since maybe Hazard and Arjen Robben. So let's see how far Noni can go. But regardless, my guys, you know, this game really reflected how our season's been. This is a very entertaining game. We dominated them statistically, more possession, more shots and goal, more opportunities. But the thing that sums up our life as a football club right now, it's this criminal lack of like attacking cohesion and identity. Now, I'm going to sound harsh. Some of you guys might not agree with me. This is my take. You don't have to like listen to me word for word or nothing like that. But in my take, I kind of feel like, because, you know, like training sessions are used to like reinforce mindsets and ideas. It's conditioning, right? To get used to what type of way you're playing. And I don't think under Thomas Tuchel much work was done in terms of really creating cohesive attacking identity. You know, we've seen guys like Kai Havertz used more as a striker. He's never really gone to the next level playing as one. And, you know, we've been using this mismatch of different attacking lineups throughout, really getting or seeing no improvements at all. And I kind of feel like, because over the past few seasons, we've not really developed any core, strong attacking identity or anything. Like, we've suffered even more this season in particular, because now we're getting found out. Because if we can't score from set pieces, if we aren't scoring from penalties, if we aren't like defending really well to deny chances, you know, we just don't score enough goals. And it's no surprise that we scored the lowest amount of goals this season. It's been a build-up because every season the goals start to get less and less and less. Kind of feel like he played like a big part in creating this like culture around our terrible attacking identity, because, you know, I still don't see any type of connection. I'm constantly seeing the wrong things at the wrong time. Guys entering the box at stupid times, not losing their men inside the box, or standing there like stationary figures as if the ball's going to come to you by divine right, and you just have to tap it in. You know, on the counter-attack in particular, my God, my Lord, is it awful, man. Like, guys timing their wrongs, players timing their runs wrong, down wides, you know, guys on the ball always playing the safe, easy, predictable pass. Like, everything we've done has been safe, easy, and predictable. And when your game is predictable like that, how are your opponents reacting to that? Your opponents are like, yes, let's go. I know exactly what these guys are about to do. There's nothing unexpected about them whatsoever. I think we pay the price because today, listen, we should have actually won this game. You know, Felix had some great chances near the end. Noni had some great chances from set pieces, etc., etc. Outside the box, we created that threat. We competed well. I thought the second half was an even better performance than the first half because we really sped the way we played. We sped up the way we moved the ball from left to right. We played a lot wider, you know, finding our threats there. But again, all this effort means absolutely nothing because those crucial fine details that we've never really had set in stone over these past few seasons, have come to bite us in the arse again. And, you know, as I keep saying, Pochettino, bring back this killer instinct. Create a killer threat in this team, because until we have guys that can get double digits for goals and assists across the squad, then how are we going to get Champions League football or compete for the title? Still though, I keep going back to Pochettino. I'm really excited to see how he's going to develop the squad. I feel like some of the basic fundamentals are like slightly in there, you know, like maybe the three in midfield, wingers with a wide threat, fullbacks that can get forward as well too. You know, it's about just finding the final pieces now to really bring these ideas to life. Regardless, even though this season has been an absolute nightmare and a season that we all want to forget about as soon as possible, you know, I do feel like we should be a bit optimistic now for the future. I do feel like the club have understood the mistakes they've made this season. They have taken accountability. We have read them. We have discussed them throughout the season. And now that they're approaching Pochettino, the sensible choice, I think that's a positive sign. Announcing him once the season ends, that's another positive sign. Announcing the fact that we're prioritizing the sales and loans right now to clear the squad down as soon as possible for pre-season. All the reports suggesting that we are preparing to do everything possible to make the best pre-season we've seen in a while. That is reassuring. And the fact that we're hoping to conclude some deals too before pre-season tells you that, listen, we understand we got some of the football fundamentals absolutely wrong this season. We did exasperate the issues even more, but listen, we're not idiots. We know our mistakes. We're here to correct them right now. And I think the early signs we're starting to know and see right now hint towards hopefully some positivity for next season. And after a season like this where you've lost absolutely everything, I mean, I've got nothing else to lose right now, right? So my friends, on that note, the season is over. Share your thoughts and opinions. What was your goal of the season? What was your moment of the season? What was your L of the season? Let us all know below, my friends. Big videos planned throughout the entirety of this week. Pochettino is going to be announced, baby. Let's go. And my friends, on that note, that is the 22-23 season out the way. I'm Nini FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys again next season in a few months, so stay tuned. And thank you again for watching my reviews. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys later with the news video too. Cool.